So is it too late to start on YouTube in 2020? We're going to answer that question today in this video, and I find this to be a very, very intriguing question that people have. But I can tell you this, that a couple of years ago, I watched a video very similar to this, and it inspired me to start my own YouTube channel. So if you're sitting there with 0 subscribers, just remember that everybody starts with 0, okay? And so the answer to this question, in short, is going to be no, it's not too late to start in 2020, and I'm gonna give you those reasons why in this video. Now, like I said, a couple years ago, I watched a video very similar to this, and it inspired me to start my channel, and when I did that, it now has grown to over about 340,000 subscribers on my primary channel, and then this channel has about 4,000. We're just getting the ball rolling with this one here. So if you're new here to this channel, make sure you subscribe for more essentially marketing and YouTube related content to help you grow your business or your personal brand, whatever it might be. Okay, now let's kind of dig into this, because I think a lot of people are just sort of thinking, you know, it's 2020. I don't know if I can start my channel. It just seems like YouTube's been around for 15 years. Maybe it's too saturated. The topic I want to talk about is too saturated. I can't tap into it. And they're afraid that if they put out a video, they might only get 5 views, and it's going to be difficult to grow. Now, look, the truth is that the platform of YouTube, it is mature. It is something that if you put out a video, you're probably not going to get 1 million views the next day. That's something that you could do way back in the day on YouTube in 2006, 2007, when there were not many creators putting out content. Now there's so many creators that it could be a little bit more difficult to tap into it. It can be more difficult to get started, to get your first 100, your first 1,000 subscribers. But I can tell you that it is still very, very possible to do that. And we actually have a number of different videos on this channel that show people how to grow YouTube channels if you're interested. We also do some phone calls with consulting if you really want to focus on growing a channel as fast as possible, but you certainly don't have to do that. So we need to realize that YouTube is the second largest website in the world. It's also the second largest search engine in the world, only behind Google, which owns YouTube, right? So this is a massive, massive website. There are billions of people, literally billions of people going onto YouTube every single month. And even people like my 80-year-old grandfather goes onto YouTube, and he loves YouTube more than he watches TV, okay? And so people are shifting to YouTube and other video streaming services rather than just watching traditional cable. People are cutting their cable. It's just not worth it for them anymore. They'd rather watch something on their phone. They'd rather watch it on their laptop somewhere instead of turning on the big TV, right? So this is something that certainly has a lot of potential. And I want to just tell you one thing, that look, whatever niche you're thinking about getting into, if you want to make videos about farming, or you want to make videos about tech, or you want to make videos about making videos, whatever it might be, there's certainly room for you to grow in there. We actually have some strategies that you can use, such as fame jacking and news jacking, that we talk about in some different videos. But look, when I watched a video about this a couple years ago, and people said, you know, it's not too late to start. I started my channel, it has about 300,000 subscribers. Then a year later, my brother watched a video very similar to like this was, and it said, is it too late to start YouTube in 2018? He said, you know what, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna send it, and he did it, and now he has about 45,000 subscribers. He's making almost 5 figures monthly from that YouTube channel, and we're gonna show you how to do that as well throughout these videos in the future. But there really is no time that's too late to start YouTube. And look, guys, what it comes down to is that there's really nothing to lose. You have to realize that YouTube is free. It's free to upload, it's free to watch, and this is really how you can win and make a lot of money from doing this. Now, if you look at all these other platforms that you could consider putting out content on, like Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Facebook videos, whatever it is, YouTube is the only one where you can actually get ad revenue, and rather quickly. So there's a threshold now where you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time to start getting YouTube ad revenue. And I don't want this to come off in the wrong way, but I just want to explain something to you guys that, look, when I started about 2.5 years ago, my first month of ad revenue on YouTube, it was very insignificant. It was very small. It was $2, and I'll show you a screenshot here of the first month. It was January, but I was very excited about this. Now, when you get started, and if you're sitting there with 0 subscribers, that's okay, because your first 100, it's going to be difficult. It's possible. We have videos on that as well. But you can certainly do it, and the ball starts rolling and starts to pick up, and you gain momentum. Now this month, I'll show this to you guys here, and this is not to sound conceited, this is not to brag, but just to show you what's possible on YouTube, especially when people weren't thinking that, you know, you could still grow on YouTube. So this is the ad revenue from the past 28 days. I don't know if you can even really see that. Let's go to November, see if you can see October here. So October revenue was about $20-some thousand, $21,000 in ad revenue from one of my primary channels, okay? So like I couldn't make this up if I tried, but like I said, this isn't to brag in any way. It's just to show you guys like there is so much life-changing potential in YouTube, and this is like an uncut video. I'm just rambling here, but this is so important to understand. It can totally change your life and the way that you're living your life. If you're struggling to pay bills, if you just want to kind of just make more friends or reach more people, have more of an influence and impact on other people's lives, then it's something that you should certainly explore doing. You know, I think a lot of people think about what others are going to say about them, their friends, and I know that for myself, when I started my channel, it took a long time for me to start. From about 2013 to 2017, I sat on the sidelines and I watched people grow these YouTube channels, and I watched people go from 0 subscribers to have 1 million subscribers. And eventually at some point, it took many years of me kind of just watching people grow, watching people have the freedom and passive income, and they'll wake up in the morning and they'll have like an extra $1,000 in their bank account. It took all that time for me to realize that, you know what, I don't care what other people think, I don't care what other people say, my friends, I just don't care. I'm just gonna start putting out videos and see what happens. And you know, if that's something that you're worried about, for example, your family watching your videos and laughing at you, making fun of you, eventually the sentiment starts to change. And I think for the first couple hundred subscribers, people might kind of laugh. They might say, oh, this is funny, your YouTube channel. They might poke fun at you a little bit. But then eventually the sentiment changes to sort of, oh, he's actually onto something. And then suddenly they start to see you making more money. They start to see you growing in popularity. And the sentiment changes very, very quickly. And suddenly it becomes more fun. And so now a lot of my friends ask me how to grow a channel for themselves. And that's not to say that I'm bragging. I really am scared to come off in that way. I don't want to sound like that. But look, you have nothing to lose. It's free. It's not going to cost you anything. You can start filming with your phone. You don't need any special equipment. I am going to leave some links down below for the equipment that I use to make my videos, but you don't need anything fancy. You can do this right now. And the biggest tip that I have for you is once you start putting out videos, push through that point where you don't see a lot of progress in maybe the first month. My first month I had 64 subscribers, right? And you need to push through that beginning phase there of getting out the first 10, 20, 30 videos, and eventually it starts to pick up, and it's almost impossible to fail at that point. So now my main channel is growing at about 2,000 subscribers a day. This one's growing at, I don't know, maybe 25 subscribers a day. It's a lot slower, but it's something that I enjoy doing. I love making these videos. So guys, thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions, let me know. Send me a DM on Instagram. I love to read these messages that people send. So it's Nate O'Brien with just an extra N on the end. I don't know if somebody else took the Instagram username. But thanks for watching the video, and I'll see everybody next time.